Hey. Have you ever wondered why you do the things you do? Have you ever wondered why other people do what they do? Why personalities have anything to do with anything? You may have wondered this, and sometimes I wonder this too. I remember being at the end of my marriage from 20 years, and actually a little bit before it ended, a few years before it ended, I started wondering, who am I? My children were all grown up. I was there on my own, and I had to figure it out. I had to figure out who I was and who I wanted to be. I had chosen to be their mom and have that be my identity. I did that on purpose. So I hear a lot of people talk about when they, lost their identity. But I want you to reframe that and think about it this way. You haven't lost your identity. You chose to be a mama. You chose to be that person in that time. And now you're coming to an end of a season. Now it may be a divorce. It may be all your children are out of the house. It may be that you've lost a spouse. All of those things could have happened. Any of those things could have happened. You may have lost a job and you're changing jobs. And you're trying to figure out, who am I? Who do I want to be and who do I want to become? My name is Cyndilu. I'm the founder of Be Bold You, where we help to give voice to your message so that you can live your life out loud and be bold you and follow those dreams that you've wanted to do for years, but yet you purposefully put them on the shelf, or life was so overwhelming, or the transition was too hard at the time to carry out those dreams. But now you're realizing you still have those dreams and you want to step into them in a stronger and fuller way and be bold in that desire. One of the things that I did when I was facing that time was start doing all of these personality assessments and tests for this and tests for that, like different quizzes. Now, I'm a person who loves all these quizzes. I love to become more self-aware of where I'm at, and then I get to choose where I want to go. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about those four, and I'm just going to bring up my notes real quick. So forgive this pause on your side while I get this. So I would love to hear where you're from, where you're listening in from. That would be awesome. If you're watching this on the replay or live, go ahead and put where you are coming from. Okay. We'll have some hold music. Here we are. Yay. I found my way. Okay. So when we start talking about personality, we think that sometimes this is a new thing. Hey, North Carolina. Hi, Billy. Welcome. We think that sometimes that maybe this is a new thing, or we know it's an old thing, but we wonder, like, where did it come from? Where did it start from? So yeah, I'm going to go into just a little bit of the history of that. So the early days, the temperaments, the four temperaments. We've heard them talked about: the choleric, the sanguine, the melancholic, and the phlegmatic. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not sure that I want to be any of those things. Like, are you a sanguine? Are you a phlegmatic? Are you melancholic? Are you choleric? I don't even know what those words even mean half the time. And when I was researching this, I noticed that the melancholic was told to be sad. And I think there was a misunderstanding, and that those folks are categorized sometimes as withdrawn and very sad in their life. They're not. They're just reflective. When somebody's reflective and they're not sharing with you, they can appear to be sad, and they're not sad. So I want you to first block that off, because that's not true of people. If you're sad for emotional reasons, not for personality-based reasons. Okay, So, so there's different ones. There's also the disc, and there's the gems, and now there's the Be Bold You, which is a combination of a few different things. I'm not just looking at personality, but today we're going to focus on those 4 basic types and what the 4 basic types are in Be Bold You. Not just analytical, more serious. That's right. Exactly. Those people in mine are called the origami. Now, isn't origami better than melancholic? I think so. Okay. And when you think about origami, you think about the details and all of that type of analytical precision. They can be seen as perfectionist, tend to be associated with Christian temperament personality test. Ah, yes. Okay. So these all have a different way of looking at them. Like the disc looks at the emphasis on the different types of things. And then the gems looks at what they're motivated by. The Be Bold You is a combination of those underlying the underlying temperament that we all have, the kind of heart that you have, and I also have a motto for each one too. So no two are exactly alike. Absolutely no two are exactly alike. That's the fun part. And even if there's 2 origamis next to each other, they're not going to be exactly alike either. They're going to look different. The folds are going to be a little bit different. They're going to be different strengths, whatever. So I'm just going to go back up here to the top here, and you're not even seeing what I'm seeing. So there you go, just to confuse you a bit more. Are you confused? I hope you're not confused, but you might be. Sounds interesting. Thank you, Billy. Okay, so I'm going to go over the 4 that, actually, let me go down to these other notes that I'm looking at. Not that you're looking at any of this. I found where I want to be. Yay. Have you ever had a day where you thought you had enough time to kind of prepare and get ready, and you're glad that you prepared a little earlier in the week because now you've got it all here, but you had to find where it is? Okay, that's the day I'm having right now, but that's all right. So with the basic 4, which is that choleric, sanguine, melancholic, and phlegmatic, they have different emphases. Each family of them, they have different ways of looking at it. So with the disc, they're looking at the emphasis. That's what I had said earlier. And with Danny Johnson's gems, you can find the easiest. Danny Johnson gems is actually one of the easiest ones to remember. The 4 things that she has is the ruby. That's why it's called gems, because she uses gems. The ruby, the sapphire, the emerald, and the pearl. And it's a very easy to use system. And if you'd like to get connected up to that, you can let me know. She teaches about what motivates each of those 4. So what are the 4 types in the Be Bold You system? They are, I feel like I've jumped here. Hey, I found my other notes. I'm finding my notes. See, here we go. Oh, I'm feeling completely lost right at this minute, but I'm going to give myself a second and find my way back. Have you ever felt like that in life? Completely lost? We all do. We all do. Okay. So in the disc, the emphasis is on, for the D, which is in the bold system, the brazen. Their focus is on accomplishing, or their emphasis is on accomplishing results, the bottom line, and confidence. In the I, which is influence, or in the bold system, is the lightning. These aren't in order. Influencing, persuading others, openness, and relationships. And in the S, for the disc system, which is the steadiness, the steadfastness, they're into cooperation, sincerity, and dependability. And in the bold system, that one is the devoted. And then the C, which is the conscientiousness, right, for the disc system, is hilariously here on my notes, like all messed up, and I can't really read what it says. And so, but they're into accuracy, and that is one thing which is, I think, is so funny that this is messed up on my notes. They're also into quality, expertise, and competency. I figured it out. So now I want to look at the bold system. So you got B for brazen, O for origami, L for lightning, and D for devoted. We're going to look at the underlying temperament of each of these. So the underlying temperament for the brazen is that they are a motivator. They want to have action happening. They want to have taking the breath that Billy recommended that I do. Thank you. I'm going to take another one. All right, I'm going to be a little less brazen here and worry about pushing through. A little more of the devoted, where I'm going to rest and be at peace. I can do this. Okay. Brazen. Motivated. They must move and take action. That's kind of almost their motto, is like, do it now. Let's get it done. Oh, my nose is itching. They have, the other thing I talked about was the heart. They have a winning, powerful heart. So they are your get it done now people, but they're going to get it done while trying to make a winner out of themselves and you, if you let them. So the O is for origami. Those are the strategic folk. And they have a heart that is justice. Their heart is all about justice and making sure things are done correctly and right, and they're in order. And they are the research it out, make a plan, and follow that plan, folks. They're your let's map it out and get it done. Follow the map. We will do it as soon as we have a great plan laid out, is what they're like. So if you're trying to get one of those folks to like help you real quick, nope. You need to give them time to lay that plan out and figure out where they're going and what they're going to do. This is where knowing the different ones can help you in communication and relationship. So the the L, sorry, I jumped over lightning. How can I jump over lightning? Lightning are the encourager. That is their underlying temperament. They have a joyful heart, and they're going to look for and find the positive in every situation. These are your let's jump in, we got this, optimistic folks. They're willing to do it now and make adjustments along the way, as they can make it fun for everyone. As long as they can make it fun, they're all set. Like they want to make it fun. That's their main goal. And the D, devoted, compassionate, is their underlying temperament. They serve. They have a servant heart. These are the folks who are looking for how they can serve you, or anyone else for that matter. These folks are the happiest when they are assured that everyone else has what they need, and that they're all comfortable too, and then they'll sit down. Like you've gone to, a dinner at somebody's house, and this is the hostess who's wanting to make sure that everybody's comfortable and everybody's all set. And then they're going to sit down and join you because they want to embrace you. Where you have another hostess who might be like making sure everything's perfect and all set, and they're like on to the next thing before you're even in the middle of this. They may be the brazen type or the origami who wants to have it all perfect. So you can see that everybody's going to look at it different. In the lightning, they're going to say, hey, the food's over there. They just don't even like, it's over there, go get it. That might happen at my house sometimes. So those are the four, the devoted, the lightning, the origami, and the brazen. I went backwards. So as you can see, that is the Be Bold, BOLD system. That is a piece of it. We're talking here about the affective, the personality system. The reason I call it a system is because within the book that's coming out in November, you're going to learn that there are different parts to us. We are not just our affect and how we interact with the world. We are also our cognitive skills, how we think about things, how we, the skills that we've learned and the things that we've done, the experiences that we've had in life, the mind, the understanding, and the thoughts, that's one thing. And then there's the cognitive, which is often not talked about. So affective and cognitive are talked about a lot. The cognitive is that instinctual, how you're going to move and who you're going to be, your body motion, action. It's that part. It's based on if you're presented with a problem, how you're going to attack that problem. So personality comes into that a little bit, but it isn't actually about that. It's about the energy that you're going to put into it. So your personality could be very much lightning. Let's take lightning for an example, because I know a lot about it. I'm not 100% lightning, but I am a good 50% maybe. So if you're a lightning person, you want to have it fun and you want to have things, lighthearted. But when you're presented with a problem, you might be more of that person who wants to work out that plan, who wants to research it and know what it is. So that's instinctually how you're going to work. And so if those two aren't in alignment with each other, then knowing that they can work together and how they can work together is going to be so helpful to you. And those are the kind of things that we talk about in the course that I'm also putting together. So let's see, where am I at? Those are the four. I'm going to do a real quick recap here. So here we go. I'm going to break it down and do a quick recap that just shows the others, but I want to make sure there's no questions. I don't see any questions. If you have any questions, yes, we are all a combination. That is so true. I remember when I went to Dani Johnson and she said there's a little bit of each of us in a little bit of all four of us, all four personality types, a little bit of all four personality types are within us. And at that time, I was there from the first time, and she separates the room and you go into your section that you belong to. If you've never been to a First Steps to Success thing, you should definitely check it out. So they separate the room and you go sit with your group. Well, because I'm a 50-50, which I didn't know at the time, that my primary is 50-50, which means my secondary is actually what would be for a lot of people like a third person. So I found myself going where I thought I belonged, which was the lightning, the fun, and all of that. And then as she started describing other ones, I felt like I should move. And so I got up and I moved to a different one. I moved over to origami, which is my secondary. And then as she was describing what would be the equivalent in mine as the brazen, I felt like I should go there too. When I took the test and the assessment, and over time, as I learned more about how it all worked and how it all works together, I discovered that I'm actually a 50-50 brazen lightning with a secondary of the origami. So in Danny's system, that's going to be a 50-50 ruby sapphire. And I talk about this because a lot of my friends know the Danny one. And mine isn't based off of hers, but everything that we learn and everything that we experience goes into what we share, doesn't it? I'm looking at it from a different perspective. So everybody shares it differently. And that is part of what I've come to understand and know. Because I was like, why should I put another one out? Why don't I just stick with what Danny's got going on? And I realized that I had some insights to how you can shift who you are. Because I'm a 50-50 and then a secondary is really strong. And then my lowest one, which was the devoted, is the one that people perceive me as often the most. And that's because I wear the comfortable clothes. I like people to be comfortable. I like to make sure that people have what they need. And I like helping people. And I'm a carer for my husband. So I'm often seen as that carer support person and that person who's kind of supporting and undergirding things. But as you get to know me, what motivates me is challenge and fun. And the way I like to think is strategically. And then when I went and did my strengths, my strength finders, which is in the cognitive area, I found that strategic and ideation were my top two. So those together are very interesting because that really is the origami and the lightning put together in order to have a never-ending flow of strategic ideas. So if you need strategic ideas, book a call with me. I can give you ideas. I can keep you busy for a very long time. I had a friend who said to me, I'm going a little off track, but it's okay. I had a friend who said to me one time that she almost didn't want to hear any more of my ideas because she knew she'd have to carry them out. So she was one of the people that would just she would see something and she would get it done, get it done, get it done. You can shift how you are. Yes, you are. It requires building an awareness and intuitive thought. Yep. Yeah, DISC is great. It really helps you with that self-awareness. Different tests, different assessments are going to give you different things. And I talk about that in the book, how the different assessments actually can help you to become more self-aware. That is the key, is self-awareness. That's really what I am teaching, is how to become more self-aware so that you can choose where you want to go, who you want to become. You don't have to be today or tomorrow who you are today. And in actuality, you shouldn't be. We need to be constantly growing, because if we're not growing, we're stagnating. Okay, back to the recap. You're welcome also. Okay, back to the recap. Okay, so today I want to share with you 4 parts of personalities, or not 4 types of personalities. I actually call them expressions. 4 expressions of personalities in the Be Bold You system. And I want to share what their underlying temperament is, what is their heart, and what is their motto to life. Brazen is number 1. They're a motivator. They have a winning, powerful heart, and they must move and take action now. They are your get it done now people. Do you know anybody like that? Are you that person? There's the origami. They're strategic. They have a justice heart. They are the research it out, make a plan, and follow that plan, folks. They are your let's map it out and follow the map people. We will do it. Excuse me. We will do it as soon as we know exactly what the plan is. Glad I had something to drink here. The lightning encourager. They have a joyful heart. They are going to look for and find the positive in every situation. These are your let's jump in, we got this, optimistic folks, willing to do it now and make adjustments along the way as they can make it fun. Then they're all good, as long as they can make it fun. Devoted, compassionate. They have a serving heart. These are the folks who are looking for how they can serve you or anyone else for that matter. These folks are happiest when they're assured that everyone else has what they need and they're comfortable too. These are the folks that sit back and take life from a place of peace, folks. They want to be at peace and they want everybody else to be at peace. They're your harmony folks. So coming up next week, I'm going to go into a deeper dive into each one, and we're going to look at a shifting personality in each of these. So I want to leave you with this thought. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. And that was said by Mahatma Gandhi. And I truly believe that we get to change our thoughts when we understand what we believe, because we might need to shift a belief. And that as then we use our thoughts, we speak out words of positive life. When we know what our thoughts are, we can choose if we want to keep them or change them. And then we get to choose what words we speak that can lead to the actions down the road. And then our actions become our habits as we keep speaking it and keep doing it again and again. And then our values are definitely out of our habits, and our values can become our destiny. So you have a dream, as I said at the beginning, and you want to step into it, and I want to help you. And as I help you, I'm stepping into mine. How fun is that? Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you want to get the show notes, put the book, if you want to get the show notes, write show notes down in the response area there. And if you want to get the book, write the book. The Be Bold You book is coming out in November. So none of that's being offered today. It's all just, if you want to get those show notes, let me know. Cyndilu from Be Bold You, where we help you find your voice so that you can live your life out loud and be bold you to impact the world around you for good. We want to help people be good. Let's do this together and make the world a more accepting and loving place. Lordy knows we need that. Are there any questions? I don't see any. So thank you so much for joining me today. You're welcome. I love sharing this. I am excited to be writing this book. I've discovered so much more in writing it. It has been an interesting journey, and I'm really looking forward to connecting with folks more. Alrighty, have an amazing day. Ta-ta.